There we go. All sorted. And we're live.
What the
What the
fuck is
fuck
up,
is up,
everybody?
everybody?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to
Wow, we had
another
a little.
exciting episode of the End Times. Last time, we had been tricked. We had thought that we had managed to get ahead of B4 and reach the Queen's retreat, but unfortunately, he had arrived just before we did. And speaking with the zebra, whose name I cannot remember, Shishiana or something of that nature, she made it very clear she will not deviate from her course of serving the demon, the Stag Lord. So when we made it clear to her that we would not be handing over the heart of Everglow, the attack began. We were ambushed. An electric charge shot out and hit us all. Milk Thistle was almost immediately dropped and would have been killed had it not been for Steel Prism taking the damage from the last attack with one of his spells. I was brought back to my hooves. The fight raged on. We were attacked heavily, but thanks very much to the buffing powers of our party from Nightshine, Milk Thistle, Midnight Vision, and Steel Prism, we had so many buffs and were so strong that we were able to overwhelm the robotic demonic figure B4. And also Nightshine was able to basically down the zebra character himself inside of one turn. So kudos to him for accomplishing that. The fight continued, and thanks to some quick thinking by Nightshine, Milk Thistle was able to activate Invisibility Purge and got teleported within range. Once we had our eyes fixed on the target, it was a very easy matter of cleaning him up. Once defeated, we were faced with a harsh decision on what to do with our prisoners, and today we will find out what will come to pass.
The buffs were strong in this one.
I was gonna say, I buff too.
I was gonna ask, anyone have any healing to spare?
Yes, I can heal you if you need it.
I need.
Steel can also say he can heal you if you need any more.
Okay, well, yeah, heals are probably better than mine.
Yeah, Nightshine and Burned are still in need of some healing. I've got a few charges left on the wand that you gave me, but only 10.
I'll be right back. I need to go put something in the fridge.
So probably
no,
best to save those for emergencies.
Okay.
I'll take your healing still.
Okay, so he's not worried about anyone dying, so he will use more lay on hands. So this one is for Nightshine.
But
Did he? Okay. And the second one will be for Burnt, by the looks of it. If you do roll dice today, you may notice it rolls twice. Don't know why it's doing that.
Okay.
Nice.
So
I think the orcs got a hold of our dice today.
yeah, surprising enough, both times they roll exactly the same numbers, so it doesn't change anything.
Nightshine is going to slowly pick himself up after having brain damage again. I guess we have to find the queen now.
Still
Yes.
gives a nod and goes, "Yes, we cannot leave her unattended for too long."
Should we have someone watch over these two?
If Thunder Mountain, I think that's her name.
Yeah, Thunder Rider,
Thunder Rider.
and Thunderclap are more than happy to stand guard.
All right. Milk.
I think the flyer should help a look.
All right, I'm back.
Or at least that one, I think he has good eyes.
All right. So
What I can do is I can remain here and cast scrying again to find the queen's body. She may not be within the retreat, but if y'all go ahead and start searching, you may find her before my spell is completed. And if she is not here, then I'll find out exactly where she is.
All right.
Midnight Vision says he will remain here as well, and watch over the prisoners and Milk Thistle.
All right.
And
So Milk Thistle will begin by filling some water up in a basin. I assume we find one very easily. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it won't take you too long to go and find a basin.
Okay. I fill that up with water, and I take out the mirror and cast Brine. This will take some time. I believe it's an hour to cast it.
It
Yes, 1
is
hour.
an hour to cast.
All right. But I'll stay here close to B4, so if I get interrupted, I can cease the spell and help to subdue him.
Yeah. All right. So the other four of you, you are preparing yourself to go and search. So it really comes down to how you want to try and search, really.
Well, here's my question: Do we? Because we don't know if there are any other threats in this place. I think it was only the zebra and B4, but we
Uh,
can't really be too careful.
Nightshine can tell you about other threats here.
Oh, I burned out the house. It seems safe now.
Hmm?
That was one threat that almost killed me. But it's on fire now, so it's okay.
What? He sort of looks at Nightshine. He's like,
Don't
"What kind
worry.
of what kind of mischief did you guys get into before I joined? I'm curious about this."
I had nothing to do with whatever mischief happened there.
The house attacked me, so I attacked back.
Oh, so wait, hmm. What skill check would that be to identify monsters? I think that would be dungeoneering.
It was a share.
What you trying to identify?
Uh, what kind of monster it would be? And no, I do not have dungeoneering ranks, so no, I can't do it.
It was a share.
Yeah, he got attacked by a magical chair. It was like the fucking Sorcerer's Apprentice.
So it was an animated object.
Yeah. I say we start looking near the stone circle. We start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll look through the stone circle and then branch out.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to head
Okay.
towards the woodland.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh right, I forgot that we can't do the quicking thing.
You mean like the?
Yeah, it's
Oh, Steel just did it. So
Yeah, I use space instead. So. So it still works. I think it's just a different button for whatever reason.
yeah. Okay, that's totally fair. I was like, wait, I can't right click anymore for it.
All right. So with the woodland here, which I say woodland, the sort of garden, which is completely overgrown with trees and other things, it's going to take you a little while to start searching through it. But you can roll perception. Thunder Ride will have a difficult time from the air because of the tree cover.
So this is blind?
No, this one doesn't really matter too much because you're not.
Alright.
You're spending the time. You're not. You can't really speed it up.
Alright.
I see good guys.
I see a rock.
Ooh, that only rolled one dice. Still will attempt to help. Oh, he rolled a 19.
Ooh.
I see Steel has close enough perception to me.
Sorry?
I was just making the joke that I see Steel also has like pretty much no perception ranks.
Yeah. So, you guys start fanning out from the centre and searching the forest as you go. You will basically spend like an hour combing over the forest, this woodland, sorry, as you go around it. None of you will come across signs of the Queen's body, though a few of you may find some old skeletons.
Oh, well, that's not morbid at all.
Yeah, maybe we're doing this the wrong way. Considering how heavy I imagined our captive is, he might have left some trails that we could follow.
Yeah, that would fall under, I think, survival.
Hmm.
That's a different approach. Now we have a milk thistle approach.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do survival. I only have
Can't.
+1 in it.
I think that's more ranks than I have. Does Thunder Rider have survival?
She's a barbarian.
It's a shame Milk Thistle cannot assist in just scouring around and searching, but he's busy.
Well, she does have some. So she will start looking. She will say, sadly, we've spent the last hour traipsing through this area. It's going to make it difficult.
That's fair.
I'm going to check on Milk, see if he's found anything.
Alright, yes,
Alright.
because it's been that roundabout time frame. So let's have a quick look. Does Milk Thistle need a roll anything, or is it this?
And a reminder, I do have a piece of the sarcophagus, so hopefully that would give us the -10 to her will save.
Would not.
Really?
Well,
That was the whole point of me grabbing a piece.
the issue with that is it had no association with the Queen, only in her death. So it would not count as, a body part or anything like that, or even one of her possessions, because it was never in her possession while she was alive. It was only important in her death.
Would I have a likeness of her?
Oh,
Even though I don't like.
there was at least some stained glass windows, I believe, you found last time you walked through here that had her likeness.
Okay.
So you've definitely got that type of stuff in and around this place. And you could easily have walked up to her bedroom and got a personal possession.
Then I would have done so.
Yeah. I would have thought you would have at least done something like that. But you wouldn't have had necessarily any body parts or anything like that. So it's the subject needs to make a will save. So it's actually a body. So now how does scrying on objects work?
I think the way we establish it is that it just works.
Well, I know it works, but it's the will save on the object.
I guess she's unattended.
Yeah, must be just. Saving throws. Alright, unattended non-magical items. Never make a saving throw. They are considered to have failed their saving throws, so they are always fully affected by spells and other attacks that allow saving throws or negate an object by a character. So if she has an object on her protecting her, then that will be the only thing that could possibly do it. Otherwise, she auto fails. Alright, Milk Thistle.
Jawohl.
As you stare into your water, or the mirror, I can never remember which way round it goes, you can see You see the queen's body. It appears to be laying on like a carved wooden floor. You can make out what appears to be a slight trail of debris, what looks like has come in from like an open door type thing. And just on the outskirts, you can see like a rug that seems to have bad weathering to it.
Okay. I can see her, so there is a light source, correct?
Um, there is the dim, either evening or morning type effect.
All right.
Um,
And that's pretty much the same time as here in the Queen's Retreat, yes?
yeah, that is where you are at the moment. That is what the effect seems to be.
So
Yeah, I see. Sorry.
it seems she is here. We need to call for Steel Prism quickly. He might be able to recognize this wooden floor since it's carved. From memory, can I recall if the Queen's body is in her chambers? Because I've been in that room.
It doesn't look that extravagant of a floor. Her body is wrapped, so you don't actually physically see it, but you got a good feeling it's obviously her body.
All right.
But no, you don't. At least don't see it as any of her chambers floor or anything like that.
Is there any sign of the group returning?
No. Um, as they would have just finished their sort of searching and come up empty.
All right. Milk Thistle's gonna tell Thunderclap, quickly run out to reach Steel Prism. Don't dawdle.
He will make his way.
And midnight, or pardon me, Milk Thistle will take out his dagger and hold it to V4's neck and just press it up against his skin.
You press it up against the metal plate.
He does have flesh exposed, doesn't he?
He appears to have some fleshy bits, yes.
All right, that's where I'll put my dagger. If he starts to twitch or start moving around, I'll drop the dagger into him.
Yeah. They're not really in places which you would class as a very vulnerable part, but he has some squishy bits. Well, at least it looks like they're squishy bits, I should say. Alright, so Thunderclap will will set off as a run. It will take him a little bit of time to get there, but he will sort of get to this area here, and he will give out a loud shout. Chances are you guys are obviously off exploring and stuff like that. Where would you? I would say give us a perception to see if you guys hear his initial shout.
All right.
Alright, everyone who got over at least 15 would hear. So I believe that's only Burnt and Thunder Rider. So both your ears will pop up, and
We
Thunder
don't
Rider
have skills roll.
will take off with a shout of. She can hear her brother shouting.
Yeah. Burnt is gonna hurry as well. He's gonna yell out as loud as he can for the others to meet up over just a moment, over in the southeastern section of the forest, or the wooded area, like right outside. And he's gonna make his way over.
I'm
What's
pretty
wrong?
sure someone.
Hmm?
Right, you will come and find Thunderclap there, a little bit out of breath, but he would manage to be able to get out that Milk Thistle has found the Queen's body and is viewing it now.
Oh shit.
Uh, can we get there in time?
If you move quickly,
Let's
Mm-hmm.
move quickly.
Yep.
Alright.
still vanishes with a pop. And suddenly appears next to Milk Thistle.
Oh. Well, that's cheating.
Still, right on time. We've located the Queen's body. Given the light source, she appears to be here within the Queen's retreat. Do you recognize the room that her body's in?
He has a look. He looks over it as best he can and gives a shake of his head. I don't know whereabout, but that looks like many of the flooring of many of the homes around here.
So what you're saying is we need to go busting down doors, or at least
Or
entering the houses.
Well, when you arrive,
Yes.
you can learn that. I mean, he has a look at it and simply says, looking at the debris there, as he points, she's possibly near a doorway or opening anyway. Maybe even a window.
all right, so just aging from the amount of time V4 had, and he attacked us from this side. I can't see him in character, but we're not China standing.
Yeah.
It's likely the body was hidden in one of these homes toward the front, or possibly here.
What
So I think
about
the
in?
first
Sorry. What about in this section of the city?
could also as well. Yes. Yeah, that would probably be a more direct line. All right, so we'll search here first, and if we fail, we'll search these areas.
All right.
Agreed.
All of you will probably arrive shortly. How long can you hold that spell for, Milk Thistle?
10 minutes,
10 minutes.
or we're level 9, aren't we?
Yeah, level 9.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay, you guys probably would have arrived a few moments after the spell has ended.
You see Milk Thistle putting the last of his equipment away, and he says, "We know whereabouts she might be. We're going to start checking the homes close to where B4 attacked us from. So we're going to check the east side first, go room to room, door to door. Her body is going to be located near a light source, so possibly a doorway or an open window. Check for card floors."
You should go. You have a better eye. I'll keep watch.
Very well. Who's coming with me?
Steel is coming.
Well,
Whoever's going to look for the queen, jump over here.
Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll come along and help at least.
Lord Weasel, you should go. Yes, you should go, Lord Weasel. And Lord Weasel
Alright.
goes.
Everyone roll perception. Whoever gets the highest is the person who finds the queen, because you're just systematically doing it, basically.
all right.
So it's probably going to be Milk Thistle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Milk Thistle.
Aaron, you're
Oh
rolling
wow,
great.
shit.
Huh?
Alright, so you all spread out and start searching for the potential place of where the homes of where it could be. The bell's gone off. And Milkfish, I would say, you will find the queen over here in one of the more sort of slightly larger buildings over here. Um, as you walk in, you see sort of the carpet, and it looks like almost that he's probably walked in and basically chucked her on the floor there, and then left her and walked back. That's kind of what you
Right.
get the impression of. Oh, excuse me.
Before immediately walking in, Milk Thistle will cast Detect Fiendish Presence and sweep over the room to make sure there's nothing lying in wait.
You do not detect any fiendish presence.
All right. Milk Thistle will call out to Steel. Steel, we found her. Yeah.
He will make his way over as soon as he hears that shout. Given his perception, it will probably be a few moments.
While he's on his way, Milk Thistle will take a moment to look around the body to make sure there's no traps or anything of that nature on it.
You have a look. As far as you can tell, you do not see any traps around or on the body itself.
Do we have anyone in our searching party who can detect magic?
Unless it's
Not
you,
I.
no.
Steel or Alexandrite? I can prepare that spell, but I normally don't because we usually have Nightshine with us.
Yeah. No one here has. No one that you're aware of has detect magic.
Okay.
Lord Weasel has blind sight 60 feet, if that helps. I don't think it will, but
No.
All right.
Don't think that will help with traps and stuff.
Well, assuming that there are no magical traps upon her, I think it is safe to pick her up and move her. So I'll point her out to Steel as soon as he arrives.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
He'll probably arrive a few moments after you. Are you bringing her outside?
No, I leave her be on the floor.
Oh, you leave her be on the floor. Fair enough. He probably will arrive a few minutes after you've shouted and checked the area and everything else like that. He will basically come in and just sort of head over to her body and I mean you've got good hearing, but it sounds like he's whispering something, and will proceed to carefully levitate her up and to basically carry her back.
Was he simply whispering the verbal components of the spell, or did he say something specific to her?
You're pretty certain it wasn't a spell, but you are unsure what was said.
Okay. All right. Now we have the arduous task of getting everyone back. We won't be able to teleport everyone.
yes, I think we were talking about who would go first.
So,
Unless you guys wish to do anything here, Steel will take the body back to the castle for the time being, and he will place it in one of the rooms nearby, just on one of the beds, for the time
in
being.
the Queen's chambers, isn't there a chest that's unopenable?
I wouldn't say unopenable. It has a trap on it which has banished 2 players.
Mm.
So I would not recommend touching that chest.
Yeah. Do you think the way to disarm the trigger is... This is just me going out on a limb here. Is it possible that the Queen is the answer to disarming the trap?
Very
Is Bernd asking this out loud?
Yeah, he's gonna ask out loud.
I've already had this conversation with Steele. I don't think whatever is in that chest is of any help to us.
Fair to say.
Well, it's more of still won't let you. Is not going to give you a freebie to get into it.
Fair enough.
What level were we the last time we tried to disarm the magical trap? Level 6 or 7?
I have that written down. My highest roll on that was 23.
Okay. I think I rolled slightly higher, like 1 or 2 points higher, but it still wasn't enough.
Do you have disable device?
Not disable device, but dispel.
Oh,
That's what we
spell.
tried. And I don't have any prepared today. Well, we have what we came for. We've been victorious. Now we need to find out how to move ourselves back. Both of the prisoners need to be secured, but we can't get all of us out of here, which means some of us are going to be walking.
Midnight Vision says, I will easily be able to prepare the teleport spell at midnight.
Oh, very well then.
You will?
Oh wait, no, it's... Sorry, my brain was like, oh, it's a cleric spell. But it's not.
It's not. Be great, but it's not. But I do know clerics, depending on their domains, gain access to really cool spells like that, so it would have been possible.
Yeah.
Well, I have been considering the possibilities, and there is one thing we do need to decide because there is this pony called Amethyst, and I think she was kidnapped by the people who are trying to help out the demon, and it would be a matter of we. I could either bring 3 more people in there by tomorrow, or I can save her. And I think we should decide that now.
So,
Yes.
hmm,
We
I
have
would.
sorry.
we have discussed this extensively, Nightshine. I believe it is the best course of action for us to secure ourselves and the prisoners first, and then starting tomorrow, we can search for foreigners.
Oh, no, I can definitely bring 3 people in there tomorrow besides me, so I could bring before Midnight Vision and still with the Queen's body. But it is just a matter of do you want to spend one more day getting there just so that we can make sure that Amethyst is not in danger?
Saving a life is probably a better priority than this facade of a execution. But
Still goes, I'm more than happy to walk so you can take somebody else if you wish.
Do you want to walk for 3 days carrying the Queens?
It won't make too much difference. She should be fine for a few more days. The protection...
Well,
the protections that the sarcophagus gave her should still be in effect.
well, I don't think there's anyone who needs to be there quicker than her. So I would still think it should be you, unless we want to bring the zebra instead of leaving her here with everyone.
we could do that. So something like Alexandrite, Steel, and the Zebra. That way we can secure one of the prisoners.
Uh, it would be if we want to take one of the prisoners, it would be at the prisoner plus 2 people. But if you do take the zebra and before, I could only take one person back with me.
We could make arrangements for a large body of guards and the most powerful individuals available to secure B4, so that way you could carry both prisoners with you.
I want to take him to swiftly.
Is Swift still docked in Villagetown?
She should be by now, or by tomorrow.
Let's see. We left her at the entrance to the dwarven area, and she had to sail back. So yeah, she should be arriving either by tonight or the following morning.
Also, we should see if we can even disable him.
Yeah, that
Can
would
you?
be a great benefit.
Your brain
Uh,
should be in perfect working order.
Who's the
please,
victim? I mean, volunteer to try.
Good.
Honestly, I think Nightshine is the most qualified. I don't know if
Yeah,
anyone the other engineering expertise.
I mean, I think they
Sorry.
have a skill point in it.
Most qualified for what? Sorry, Alex.
We're gonna try to disable B4.
Oh,
That's
okay, then.
that's a
Yeah,
risk
call
entry.
it Night Shine.
Yeah, good luck, Nightshine.
uh,
Uh,
I
No, okay, Nightshine. How do you want to go about trying to do this?
okay. I remember there was something on his chest
Yes,
that you said that.
there was.
Uh, okay. I going to look at it with my own eyes. I don't think I can see it by now.
No, it's inside, behind his metal casing at least. You would have to find a way of getting past his metal casing.
I going to pull out my crowbar. Do I see any place I can put my crowbar in?
No, his metal plates are very smooth and they seem to sort of move and flex very naturally, but there's no clear signs of somewhere you can try and prise them open.
Mm. Maybe make a incision into one of his soft bits. That way you could at least put the crowbar in there.
I was gonna say, I thought we wanted to keep him alive.
Uh, is there any place I can make an incision?
He's got some soft bits. You can attempt to cut one of those areas if you want to.
Uh, anywhere near his chest?
No, there's nothing near his chest.
Okay, so uh, I think we're
Yep.
gonna need to shoot a hole through it. I don't see any guaranteed easy way. I think we're gonna need to shoot it and see what we can do from there, if anything.
Hmm.
Do you think it would be worthwhile to use the goggles again?
Uh, no.
Because to simply start blowing holes in him, we could just destroy him outright.
I well, if you, I just don't see any other way. If you have an idea, I'll take it.
Midnight Vision goes, the likelihood if we start putting holes in his body, we do not know its effects. He is damaged. It could be enough to potentially kill whatever living matter is on this creature. Unless we interrogate the zebra and see if they know anything.
I don't think the Zeroids know anything about Romulan technology.
I
Does
doubt that
anyone
she
have
would.
share memories or read memory?
I I can try. Don't think it's going to work. I
Share.
already used a share memory for today.
Yep.
Well, we all certainly need a rest to regather our strength, but at the same time is of the essence. If we take V4 back to Belgia Town, we can definitely secure him much better than here. Um, so if we're going to be working on him, we definitely need better equipment and a more secure location. If you need to cut into his fleshy bits, I can assist with that. But if we start just punching holes through him, it's very likely going to destroy him completely. He may even have a self-destruct sequence on him.
His fleshy bits are nowhere the thing I'm trying to get at.
GM, does V4 still have biological eyes or are they mechanical eyes?
They are mechanical.
Everything around his head, his neck, and his chest is mechanical, correct?
He has one organic-looking ear, I believe.
Hey, that's my ear.
Is it?
No.
Oh no, it's like a joke because Alexandra is missing an ear.
Because I think that would be kind of funny and horrifying at the same time to come across an automaton that wants to wear trophies of its victims on its body and start turning into a flesh creature.
That's good body horror right there.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't the one who took my ear, so.
Yeah, I mean, he would need to kill one of you and skin you for that.
Milk Thistle will take a look at his ear. Can I determine how far in his ear canal goes, and do we have access to his fleshy bits through his ear?
You can't tell how far his ear canal goes. As with most ears, you can't really see too far, as they sort of obviously twist up fairly quick. And it's difficult to position suitable lighting in the right position so you can look. But his ill does feel organic as far as you can tell, but you don't know how far you can go unless you start like probing him and stuff like that.
Does his ear appear to be a functioning ear? Like it's receiving blood flow and things of that nature?
It looks like it does.
This means he still has a heart. And that would mean he also still has a brain.
Quite so. What are you thinking?
If we could peel the armor plating back, there's a good chance we could find his chest cavity. I would be very concerned about going in through his skull because that could damage the brain and, do permanent damage or just kill him completely. If we're looking to use this creature, then we need to preserve him as much as possible. Is there any possible way for us to get to his brain to read memory and figure out a way to deactivate him from there?
You would have to work out how to get to his brain. That is literally the thing that will be stopping you, if that's what you want to try and do.
I could do some invasive surgery and basically cut out a section of his skull to give us access to his brain.
You could always find a rock or something and just bash it against the metal plating until it breaks.
No, because that would kill him.
Or the rock would probably kill him first.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think the only thing we have that can cut through that is the adamantite sword.
Can we prevent him from recovering?
You are uncertain. It depends on what sort of natural healing it has.
Midnight, do you have access to a curse that could prevent him from regaining consciousness?
Not regaining consciousness, no. As there's very little that will keep something unconscious, at least not without killing them.
Here's how I see things. V4 is incredibly dangerous. If we cannot control him, he needs to be destroyed. If there's not a way for us to safely gain access to his body without destroying him, then it's a waste of time to attempt to do so.
I agree with you.
So the question remains, are we confident we can keep V4 under control until we can figure out how to gain access to his body?
I don't think so.
I I
I
think we
don't
should
think
put
so.
him down.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha, what do you think?
I said that we should put him down.
Not you, Nightshine. Don't disrespect.
Sorry.
He still holds a symbol for Villager Town, and having his execution public is would improve the morale significantly. As much as a lot of the city has been shaken, given the attack on the temple, it will give them a firm boost seeing the culprit laid low. Bringing them back a body would raise spirits, but having them publicly executed would raise it more.
Do either of you two have message or sending prepared today?
I have sent
Not
it, yes.
until you do. Good.
Can we arrange it to have them prepared for tomorrow for when we teleport in?
I can send some messages that will see to this.
I was gonna say if we also have the teleport, so we can send some people ahead to get things ready.
We don't have any teleports left today.
Oh, okay. I thought we had one left for today.
No, I don't
Steel,
believe
do
so.
you have any? Do you have any more teleportation scrolls?
He shakes his head. I'm afraid not.
Then our path is clear. We will need to wait here for the morning.
No, I do think we should make sure Amethyst doesn't die. I can't take B4 into others back, and I could take, well, I could take Midnight, the Zebra Lady, and Burnt, and we have the execution tomorrow. Burnt can do it,
Yep.
and I still would have enough teleport to make sure Amethyst is safe.
So, the only thing that I know about Amethyst is that you guys have had run-ins with her. I've only met her, what, once?
You
Is there anything I
see,
should be warned about?
she's a cunning bitch. She's not an ally.
Then I have a
She
counter
was
question. Sorry.
she was originally allied with the Stag Lord and his minions. Um,
Uh,
under
she was allied with one of her minions. She doesn't have any connection to the demon at all.
under torture, she gave away the location of the Thieves Guild in Bilja Town, and it resulted in many of them dying. That was the first time we encountered before, or the first time I encountered before.
Yeah, I remember that.
I believe securing B4's execution and transporting the other prisoner to Bilja Town as well as ourselves is our priority. Once that has been accomplished, we can search for Amethyst and Eris, but we need to get back first.
Agreed.
Like I said, definitely I can take the prisoners and save Amethyst.
Yes.
Do you know where she is?
That's where you come in. You get booped. You can scry on her and I teleport to where she is, and I grab her, and I teleport out.
Well, that will still need to wait another day because you need to teleport us back to Bilja Town first.
So here's what I can do. I have you scry on her, I see where she is. After that I really quickly take Midnight before and Zebra Lay to Vilja Town. Once everything is safe enough, I teleport to where I saw her, I grab her, and I teleport back to Vilja Town. And the rest of you can either wait here or just walk.
I can prepare a scrying tomorrow for that purpose, but bear in mind, I can only see what can be visibly seen in the area she's in. If she's in a dark room, it will be dark for me. but you will be able to if you have night vision or dark vision, you'll be able to see.
All right.
Can't you prepare dark vision as a cleric?
I don't believe so. Let me double check.
I guess not.
There's a spell. Well, I know there's a spell. Oh, I think it's just literally called dark vision.
I think dark vision,
It
arcane.
is not a cleric spell.
Yeah, because I know an alchemist of mine can gain dark vision through it.
I almost said it was a paladin one, but no, it's an anti-paladin one.
I do believe there's a buff I can give to the party, something about mole vision, and that gives temporary dark vision, or will at least increase your vision up one step. So if you have low light vision, you gain dark vision. Let me look for that.
That might be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, we all have low light vision, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is right here. Blessing of the Mole. It's a level 3 spell. 1 minute per level.
Uh, if Milk doesn't have dark vision, but Nightshine has, will Nightshine see it in the dark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can have Lord Weasel use it. His little eyes. And I look at Lord Weasel's memories. And then I will know.
Yeah, Blessing of the Mole would work.
All right, I'm for this plan. At least if we're walking, then we can have more protection for the queen. And
Oh no, Blessing of the Mole just gives the target dark vision 30 feet.
oh,
And
One
you can
creature per
do
level, so I can give it.
one creature per level.
And as a little added bonus, you gain a +2 to stealth.
Yeah.
nice.
Midnight Vision goes. So it appears that we'll be remaining here until the morning when Nightshine can re-prepare his teleportation spells.
That looks like the case.
Of course.
Then let me prepare something for us to eat.
Thank you.
I believe there was. I believe the upper room had a large enough area for me to prepare. I do need you to clear some space if you move the beds to a side for me.
All right.
I'll assist with that.
Milk Thistle will jump to it.
Still,
Nightshine?
when we broke into our house, I remember you had a lot of wine.
I did collect some and it was gifted to me often.
I guess this calls for a celebration, wouldn't you agree?
No, I would. We could celebrate that the Queen has been rescued, but we would be celebrating repairing of my failure.
I guess that's fair enough.
Oh, Nightshine. Perhaps
Yep.
we can use this moment to do that thing we were talking about before.
We can.
Thing.
I
Teal, would you mind coming with us for a moment?
Certainly.
All right, Alexander, I will lead Nightshine and Steel off to a more private place.
Alex, I will suggest maybe you should ask Barn to join us on your quest.
All right, Burns.
Oh, of course, and he's gonna walk alongside them.
All right.
So we got what? You lot.
All right.
So you walk to a quieter part of the castle. No, no. Apparently they're excluding you, Milk Thistle.
Yeah, shoot. No goats allowed.
I think we should leave someone to watch over the prisoners. I look at the rider.
Well, I mean, you didn't invite them, so I assume they are both over there, either helping move furniture or watching the prisoners.
Nice.
So, what's all this then?
Well, to be frank, I'm looking to become the next king of Everglow. And to do so, I'm looking to become an alicorn, like the queen.
So, he he kind of takes a moment to process this. So, how are you gonna become an alicorn then? That's I I
Well, that's why I invited Steel, if he would. I would like Nightshine to look over her body, see if there's anything different about her than a normal pony.
I see.
I have no plans of letting anyone desecrate her body any further.
Uh,
We're not going to desecrate her. We're not even going to touch her. Alexander points to the goggles. We just need to look over at her.
I, for one, I actually have been remembering and thinking a lot. Uh, so the reason she's an alicorn is a form of power. She's probably a sorcerer, and she has the bloodline which has the power of the ponies combined.
She was a very powerful sorcerer, yes, and there are numerous of her books in regards to how to be a
Oui.
sorcerer, and she has written a few magic scrolls and tomes on the matters.
Uh,
She was born an earth pony and over time became the other tribes. You normally need to
and
have a touch of, as Nightshine said, of sorcery power. They seem to draw their powers from bloodlines.
Hmm.
Hers happened to be ponies. What you have to remember is she came from an era where unicorns, Pegasi, and Earthbound were not friends, or at least stretched allies. She was a symbol that bound the tribes together. It's
Makes
unlikely you.
sense.
I'm guessing you are not a sorcerer.
I am not.
He's asking you, Alex.
Sadly, I'm not.
uh, well, Alex, but here's the thing: it's not the alicorn that makes the pony, but the pony who makes the alicorn. So, what I'm trying to say is, she she was a very powerful queen, and that's what made alicorns look cool. But no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Uh, Basically, you should try to be the best paladin you can, as she tried to be the best sorcerer she could.
I do not think an alicorn or being an alicorn will grant you success. You still
No,
need to be
but
able to lead people and have them follow you.
I do understand that, but I figured it would be a good start.
I have an idea for a good start. You see, if to be the best paladin, uh, I think it would be a good step if you manage to beat Steel in a fight. And he smiles.
I do not believe that's how you become the best by defeating another one of your type.
It's a good first step.
I wouldn't. I don't think that's how it works, Nightshine. There's more to this.
Well, who is the best paladin you know, Burns?
It depends what
He,
you want to class as best.
yeah.
Exactly,
They,
it's Steel, and Aishan is going to boop Steel. And I think, Alex, you would do well to know the difference from you and him. You know, you need to know how far you need to reach.
I wouldn't use me as your role model.
Oh, don't be silly.
Well, I had one duty and I failed at it, and even now I have still failed at it, and that is why we're all here.
Steel. It burns sort of puts a hoof on his forehead before he looks at him. It's not your fault that the temple was attacked. None of the ponies could have predicted it.
If
It
anything, it was my fault for putting you in that position.
No,
Because
it is still my fault for pursuing the stone and taking it from where I found it. If it just stayed there, who knows? None of this may have happened.
there would have been someone else that would have found it and would have still brought it down. We would have still had to deal with the problem. So we're all in this together.
But perhaps there would still be a queen to help guide us, and there wouldn't be this much infighting.
Sadly, the thing that I know of history is that there's always going to be incidents like what happened. Like, there's always going to be those that want to overthrow the ruler. There's always going to be those that think they could be better off without a ruler. And sadly, that's history. Those of us who do not learn from our histories are doomed to repeat it.
though, speaking of infighting, Bern, now that you're in on my plan to become king, I need to know where you stand. I would not want to see you as a obstacle on my way.
Of course. So, on this issue, here are my 2 cents. I don't really know too much about uh, Crystal Heart, so I can't really say that I'm. From what I can tell, he seems to be a pretty stand-up stallion, but I don't really know him that well. I know you much better than I know him.
Well, we. I mean, he didn't do anything much besides giving up 3 cities to save his own.
He burns eyes sort of widen at that. He he what I know you've spoken about oh,
Uh,
uh,
do you remember when we surrendered to the humans and we gave up 3 cities?
oh, fuck. Yeah, I wish I could forget about that.
You only gave up one that you're aware of.
It was Kurdistan, the city in by the desert, which out of character is the one with the changelings,
Oh
and
yeah, Vivek. Cadiston never belonged
and
to the Pony Empire, but then you've got
yeah,
Cat Nickel V.
yeah, and that one. They're apparently very rich city.
Burn sort of just he looks to the wall and just bonks his forehead against it a couple times. Oh,
Uh,
for the nightmare.
I'm not saying that Crystal Heart is the absolute worst choice, but you see, he may yet one day prove to be a good choice, but so far he hasn't done much. And Alex has done quite a few things, so I would be more inclined to Alex.
Agreed.
We just need to let the ponies know of all the things we've done. I think, out of character, who's the general again?
Field Marshal Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Field Marshal Thunder to back us up would probably be a big step into our this having an army by our side would display power. And
That
Field
and
Marshal knows us, so
yeah, that and not to mention the Chaos Knights could be a great boon to you once I get the order fully up and running.
and this is also why I wanted to speak during the execution, if it happens, to let the ponies know who I am.
Maybe you should try to convince Midnight Vision? Maybe? I mean, you're good at being diplomatic, right?
Yes, I think Midnight Vision has his own politics he wants to play.
Fair to
Uh,
say.
I guess we could leave the zebra here and take you and him back, and then we have one guy talking for the nightmare and one talking for the Sun Queen. I think that would be fair enough.
Yeah.
I would still goes. I would be careful the game you wish to play. Plain politics means you will very easily blur the lines between the duty which you have chosen to walk down and what you might need to do for the nation. You may have to sacrifice more than you realise.
That is also kind of why I think I would be a good choice. I at least have that straight and narrow that I know I have to walk.
I'll be cautious about that. There are some times where that might not be the correct path when you're in leadership.
I understand. We'll just have to play it by ear.
Bird sort of puts a hoof on his chin. I honestly, the way my brain is going right now, there's a possibility that if Crystal Heart were to take the throne, he seems to be very inexperienced from what I can tell. It's only a matter of time, and I do not normally, I do not wish to speak ill of a pony that I do not know. Uh, but everyone makes their mistakes. Some more, some make bigger mistakes than others, if that makes any sense.
I would argue that every
So,
candidate that you have possibly laid out is probably lacking experience, other than maybe the
Lilipad?
Duchess, who seems to have held her position for quite some time.
Yes, and I already know that your opinions on the Duchess. So I think she still has uses. Perhaps I could convince her to be a sort of counsel.
maybe, I mean, the question is, what if she were to try and get more power and try to stab whoever becomes king or queen in the back?
still goes. You are playing catch up in this politic game. You talk about power as if you hold any. I mean, do any of you have, other than Burnt, have royal followers or own land or hold any ties to nobility? I'll take the
I
silence
can
as
I can gain some, but that's about it.
then you will be playing catch up if you want to get into the political game. You will need to secure yourself friends and allies and something to have leverage to bring yourself to the table. Just bear that in mind, and if you start pushing things, don't expect others to just give up.
I understand.
Politics can get messy. I've not dealt with it much, but I've seen plenty of things in my time that I have a small idea of where things go.
I do understand. If not for what I think would be best, I would not even attempt to go into politics. But out of our choices, I feel like I must.
All I will say is watch your step, and make sure that when you finish, you can still look at yourself in the mirror.
Burned. Since you are in the nightmares graces, I think could you possibly ease Milk Thistle into this idea? I know he has his own horse to back in this.
I can try. I mean, I think it might be a better idea for you to approach him and ask him, because I know for a while he was teaching uh Lightning how to be queen. Maybe you could approach him and ask him, just you sort of like lead him, not lead him into it, but bring up the thought of you wanting to become king, or at least say like just sort of plant plant the seed in him, so to speak.
All right. I will see him alone if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
If there's nothing else we need to discuss, I think that should be it.
Uh, Actually, still, where do you intend to go? Are you going to stay in Villager Town?
For the time being, as I have a feeling this is not all over yet.
There should still be one creature trying to take the stone, and apparently he's good at hiding. That's all we know. That's just how good he is at hiding.
That's also a thought. Should one of us hold on to the stone for you? That way they can't use the queen to.
Unless you wish to die, then I wouldn't recommend trying to touch it.
Right.
So we hold on to it without touching it?
Uh, it's
Put in a bag of holding?
maybe touching is the wrong word. Having it within too close a proximity to your person, so in a bag or something like that, could still set it off.
Seems like
So
a
as
pretty
long as
boring
you have the stone, that you're in danger, and they will probably look towards getting that stone probably again by attacking the queen.
Even if you held the stone, they wouldn't know. They didn't know Steel had the stone unless you attacked him.
Now believe Doom Rider and or no, it was Firebrand looked for steel in particular.
I don't think they knew.
Well, I was the last person to have it. It's possible they suspected, but never knew fully.
So, if the zebra were to have touched the stone or taken it, would she have been killed?
I assume so. Well, it's not
Then
instantaneous. It tends to be slow
how slow?
over a minute or two.
She wouldn't have gotten far then.
I mean, it's not
Yeah,
the most
clearly.
it's not the most pleasant of experiences, and the older you are, the faster it will happen.
So clearly, she couldn't have taken it without having the effects happened. Perhaps something the demon has protects her from the stone.
That's a possibility, yes.
Well, unless we plan to wake her up and ask her questions, then we're probably not really going to know.
Well, we have all of tonight and tomorrow. We could interrogate her.
As long as we are certain that she is secure.
I think the one we really need to watch out for is B4. He's caused us nothing but trouble.
Agreed, and all his weapons are still on him.
Which, we can't really disarm him because they retracted into his body.
Yes, that's why I'm for just ending him now, even if we can't do the execution. It's better than having that risk at our hands.
Yeah. Well, if we do it publicly, I will give Midnight Vision this. His words are wise in that sense. A public execution of B4 would most definitely raise the morale in Village of Town a lot.
But having him escape would probably lower it. If we have a body, then
True. At the same time, though, myself and my Hell Knights should be able to handle him.
I'm sorry, Burns. I don't think you Hell Knights are too well prepared for this thing, which required all of our efforts, and even then.
True.
a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, as they say.
But I do
Fair
agree
enough.
we should execute him.
I feel we have spoken too long in private. Perhaps we should return to the others.
Agreed.
Fair enough.
Right, you guys will make your way back. Um, in the area that was cleared, you will see a large table with numerous chairs, and with magnificent table chairs, as well as a lavish feast is set upon the table, completely covering it in various foods and drink.
Nice.
All there waiting for you.
All right. Let's sit down and eat, shall we? It's been a busy day, long day, and a few of us have a guard duty to do tonight. Make sure that B4 doesn't get out.
Yes.
I believe Milk Thistle and Midnight Vision, as well as Thunder Rider, will be there. Thunderclap is watching the prisoners at the moment.
All right.
All right, but he should not do that alone. So Milk Thistle will prepare 2 plates and take one down to Thunderclap.
And is this the time you need to go, Burn? Or not Burn, Milk?
About 31 minutes. 30 minutes.
So you guys get a little bit of time of discussion, or if you want to try and do anything.
Milk. After dinner, can I speak to you?
Why don't you bring a plate along? Plate along.
All right, I'll join you for then. Or to do that.
All right. So Milk Thistle brings a hot plate to Thunderclap, and he begins eating himself.
Alexander will join you.
Eating, comma, himself.
Yeah, even if out.
Eating it. Oh, I didn't realize that milk thistle was edible.
Yeah, Milk. I didn't know you were that flexible.
All right. So Thunderclap gets his hot plate, and Milk Thistle sets up on the other side of the cage. So what's on your mind, Steel? Or pardon me, what's on your mind, Alexandra?
Well, I'm looking to attempt to become king. I would like your help the way you helped Lightning.
At that mention, Milk Thistle freezes in his eating, takes a deep breath, and pulls out the tea set and begins brewing tea.
I understand your loyalties are divided in this endeavor now, but I would hope that our friendship would help you, would allow you to help aid me in this.
Why do you wish to become king?
Because honestly, I think that I am right now at least the best shot that our kingdom has.
Explain.
Well, from the candidates that we have someone who's new to the land and quite honestly feels like he's going to be a puppet king. And then we have the, believe the son of a corrupt politician. So
And then we have you,
mhm.
beacon of light, this defender of the weak and the poor, willing to face any danger.
Yes, and who's already been working his flank off to protect these lands.
Do you understand the scale of ruling a kingdom? It is not a
I'm
matter of swinging your sword. It is about inspiring others to follow you, to gain their trust and loyalty, while at the same time being feared by your enemies. A kingdom can be carved out by a sword, but it is rarely ever ruled by one.
well, that's why I would wish for your help. You can help me learn the areas that I do not fully grasp. I am starting to learn the politics game, but you understand it fully.
What vision do you have for this kingdom?
Honestly, I want it to be a place where my children can grow up free and happy. A place where everyone's children can grow and prosper. My stake is not just for the ponies of now, but for the ponies to come.
Milk Thistle eats his food silently as he listens. What do you believe is the best method for you to accomplish that goal?
Well, first of all, gain the respect of the people, and by doing so, I was thinking of talking to Field Marshal Thunder and getting his support. Having the army back me up would be a big boon. And then we can have The others follow. If not willingly, then by force if necessary.
How would you handle a situation that required the use of force? A rebellion, for example.
If need be, I will bring down the Iron Hoof on to squash Senate rebellion. Though I do not pleasure in the thought of it.
What about those who are not expressly evil, merely disobedient and refuse to obey?
Well, if need be, I will start with lighter punishments, imprisonment, maybe, and if things progress, I'll have to execute.
And what allies do you have at this time who could execute your vision?
Well, right now, our current group, and I have the I at least have the allies of the Duchess Lilypad, and I'm hoping to gain others.
Yes, you have been working with her closely at times, I've noticed.
Yes, I'm currently the only one who understands where she comes from, so I think I can manipulate her to aid in us.
You use the word manipulate. Do you mean to guide her or to bend her to your will?
Hopefully the former, but if need be, the latter. She is a follower of Blaze, so power is something she understands.
But is power something you understand? As I said, a kingdom can be carved out by a sword, but it is rarely ruled by one.
I understand those who wish power do not generally make the best kings. I wield power, but I do so with the benevolence grasp.
Would implore you, Alexandri, to consider the current situation that we are in. You wield power, this is true, as do I, as do all of us here. But we don't necessarily have the power to rule over a nation. What we have is the power to bring forth a vision we have for the future. Those who have the mental intellect and the drive to be a real leader are those who should be in positions of leadership. Your power comes from your faith and from your sword. You're able to carry out the will of the Sun Queen, and she has many enemies in this land already, many that she and the Nightmare share together. And so that's why I've counted you as an ally, despite our differences and petty disagreement.
Yes, I have been thinking of about our positions and about the Sun Queen, and even she has used. She even her yeah, words, Justin, words. All right. Even she sees uses for some of the evil deities like the Nightmare and even Blaze. I was hoping that I could follow her example and have places for the Nightmare Temple for you.
Milk Thistle blinks slowly and begins pouring tea for both Alexandrite and himself. And then I'll pour a cup of tea and slide it over to Thunder.
He's sitting there just sort of listening.
One thing that concerns me, Alexandrite, is if you pursue leadership over a kingdom, that will require your entire attention. Right now, we need you here. We need you to help us hunt down and destroy our enemies. The Stag Lord is a creature that you are most adept at destroying. And if we are to have the greatest chance of destroying these enemies and bringing real peace to these lands, we'll need you here with us. If you were to if you were to pursue becoming king, you would need to lead the people. You would need to make sure that the people see you and that you are out front guiding them and being just towards them. It is not easy for a warrior to lay down his sword and pick up a pen. It can be done, but it is not a simple matter.
I understand that. And after the Stag Lord has been defeated, I will be willing to put down my sword.
But who is to lead the people in the meantime?
Well, from my understanding, one does not become king in a day.
Certainly.
Can't I do both? Defend the ponies and build their trust?
It's possible. How would your role as a paladin of the Sun Queen affect your ability to rule justly and non-discriminately?
Well, I would assume that if I start to lose my powers, then I would have failed in my duties to be a just king.
I would think you would have a quandary of conscience well before that would happen, wouldn't you?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I would think you would have a quandary of conscience before that happened, wouldn't you?
No, I do admit that there are some morals that I stand by, but considering that we still have a mostly friendly relationship, I think that I can temper my need to smite evil, as it were.
I believe your righteous pursuits would be better elsewhere. To pursue a kingship, to pursue the throne at this point in time, would not be a wise decision. The Stag Lord is a powerful enemy, and we need you to fight against him, to bear all of your skills, and to smite him and destroy him completely. I do not believe we'll be able to do this without you, Alexandra. If you were to pursue to become king at this point in time, which it will take a lot of time, it will carry you away from that responsibility. We need you here with us.
Well, I promise you that I will be here with you, but this is also something that I feel strongly about. I just ask that you not stand in my way.
Milk Thistle says nothing, but he takes a sip of tea. So long as you're here fighting with us, I will count you as an ally, Alexandra. And we will build.
Oh, sorry, I stepped over your lines there.
I said, as long as you are fighting with us, Alexandrite, I will count you as an ally, and we will build a strong kingdom.
Thank you. I would hate for our friendship to break because of politics.
As would I.
And Alexander will go to.
Or what's Alexandrite doing?
And then he'll go to his dinner.
Yeah, Milk Thistle was about to say, it's like, you barely touched your food. Please eat before
Yes.
I get.
Sorry, talk has gotten a bit real, so
The,
How,
anyway.
how is the food thunder?
he suddenly sort of realizes that you're looking at him. Oh, it's he eats a bit. It's good. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, he was enjoying the show.
Milk Thistle will raise his teacup, blessings from the nightmare, and then he'll take another sip and continue eating.
He goes, "Is there more of this stuff?"
Upstairs, if you need some, we can watch the prisoner so you can grab some more.
He will go and enjoy his meal. As you have said, you'll watch the prisoner.
Is there any movement from the zebra or V4?
No, B4 still in a heap where you try to manhandle him, and the zebra is laying on the cots. How Thunder Rider left her. She's sort of obviously on her side to with her back towards all of you, so she hasn't moved.
Alex and I would like to just do a quick look over her, like make sure she's still breathing.
No, you go in and like check she's alive. Sure, roll here.
Yeah. 21. I don't know if that was supposed to be blind.
Well, you either know or you don't. No, she's alive. She's unconscious still. Though as you check her, she looks a little bit different.
Oh?
Well, the zebra you saw originally looked fairly sort of young-ish, but it's almost like the colour in her hair is completely faded, and it's more basically grey, and the look in her face is definitely more elderly, and she seems to have a horn coming out of her head.
Yeah, Alexander will call for Milk, like, Milk, you need to see this.
Milk will take the final sip of his tea and come inside, lock the door behind him.
And he'll point out the how she's aging in her horn. I think we've been duped.
Perhaps not. I'm going to. Let's see, that would probably be an Arcana roll. Milk Thistle says, it's possible she had been casting spells on herself to fight against the aging effects, and they're starting to wear off. She could be much older than she had let on.
And have a horn.
Is she losing her stripes? Because I don't think a zebra can have a horn.
No, she still has her stripes.
Is she growing wings?
Actually, you could see stripes in her face, I should say.
What about the rest of her body on her legs?
Yeah, on her hoofs and stuff, she still has her stripes. They seem unchanged.
Did she have a unicorn horn when we met her?
No.
Is this a unicorn horn, or is it antlers?
No, it looks like a unicorn horn, based on where it is and how it's coming out of her head. Now you're kind of looking over a bit more. You notice that her robes look like they're filled out a little bit more as well.
Milk Thistle will begin disrobing her and giving her a checkup. I'll roll this blind.
Other than her body does show signs of old age, but you will also find that she also has Pegasi-like wings as well.
Thunderclap.
Oh, no. We need to find Steel.
Yeah, Thunderclaps in for everyone.
He went for more food. So,
All right, Alexandra, watch over everything. Give a shout if anything changes, and Milk Thistle will send him. So Milk Thistle runs back to the dining area, Alpha, I am sorry for interrupting the meal. I know it breaks the spell, but the zebra is growing appendages as well as gaining a tremendous amount of age. Everyone is needed.
So, so as Milk Thistle says that, Burned, he just finished his meal and he gets out of the chair. Oh, what? I'm
Appendages?
sorry. What?
Milk Thistle is already going back.
Yeah, he's
Nightshine
following.
follows.
I think
Yeah,
at that
Bird's
moment
like,
everyone abandons their meal and heads down.
it's like, what the hell is going on here?
All right, so Milk Thistle comes back to the prison cell. Has anything changed?
No, unless Alexandrite's done anything.
No, he's just making sure that nothing else happens in the cells, like B4 suddenly trying to escape.
No, no, nothing like that. She's still unconscious. Her age is unchanged from when you looked at her, and she hasn't grown any more appendages.
All right, has Midnight Vision and Steel arrived?
Yes.
All right. Milk Thistle will point out to them. Alexandrite noticed that she had a horn growing from her face and that she has grown much more elderly, but she has also started to grow wings on her back, as you can see.
How is this possible? The only other thing that I know of is from what Steele told me about told us about the Queen.
Yes. Steel, are you sure the queen is the queen?
I mean, I doubt the zebra is the queen.
Yes, I realize, but is there a way that she could have perhaps made a corpse look like a zebra, and vice versa?
Uh, that does require magic, but interacting with the individual like what you're doing now can break the spell.
Milk Thistle's going to cast Detect Fiendish Presence on the zebra's body.
You are not detecting any fiendish presence on her.
Yeah, Alexander is going to, I guess, detect evil.
I need to know. I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
Alright.
I don't think she has any chaos energy in her, but just be safe. Yeah, Burn casts a detect chaos on her.
All of the detects.
All the detects. I've got to check to see what if she would. I've got to double check to see if she shows up as any of them. Fiendish one, I'm pretty sure is no. Evil, I'm certain is no, but it's one of those ones that it's like I should check.
I cast detect neutral.
I don't think that's a spell.
Yeah, if not.
If I'd prepared it, I could do Detect Aura, and I could tell you exactly what her alignment is.
I'm pretty sure she's true neutral.
Yeah, I believe so too, but
I
I
think
mean,
so too. I've got to have a look to see what I put on her thing. Come on, change to this. You do not detect evil. You do not detect chaos.
well, we were asking how she might have been able to strive off the effects of the stone. Do you think this could be it?
If anything, her advanced age, she's more likely to perish from it.
Yes,
But there are
but
spells to hide how one looks. Steel will change the fact that he's wearing full plate into quite a fine-looking outfit as he takes off one of his gauntlets and puts it back on. There are many spells that will do such a thing. You can even cast them upon yourself.
so you're saying she's a sorceress like the queen was?
It's possible. I mean, there are plenty of sorcerers around.
Nightshine, do you have any insight into what's causing this?
Uh, I would guess she's just used a spell to disguise herself. And this is how she really looks like.
How long would a spell like that normally last?
Depends on how strong the spellcaster is.
High
If
priest.
it,
High priest, can you explain this?
Sorry?
Milk Thistle asks Midnight Vision. High priest, can you explain this?
Unless they have been changed out for a different creature, then perhaps they are a changeling. No, or no, doppelganger. No, it is changeling. Or no, it is doppelganger in this system.
It's doppel.
I try to think. Perhaps she's a doppelganger, but I was certain they revert back to their original form once unconscious. So magic is the only answer at this point.
But those are Pegasi wings and a unicorn's horn. Last I checked, doppelgangers don't have either those. They just can fly and can just innately cast magic.
just to make sure, going to try to rub one of the stripes off, see if it's paint.
Okay, you give one of the stripes a good rub. Nope, they seem to be part of her fur.
What about the wings? Are they real or an illusion?
You start handling them. Um, they seem fairly real to you.
And just to confirm, she did not have a unicorn horn when we spoke to her last session, correct?
Correct. When you were sat there speaking to her in the thing, she did not have anything that looked like a horn or looked like she had wings or anything like that.
And she also looked much younger, correct?
She did.
Yeah.
Yes.
How old is her son actually? Because that's probably would be a good way to judge how old she should be.
Well, you never asked him how old he was, but he definitely looked like a young adult.
All right. And with how young she looked last time we saw her, could I do a heal check to kind of go wait a minute, these two don't add up.
I mean, based on how she does look, it's one of those more questionable things that you probably should have thought about it a little bit more at the time, that she might have looked a bit too young.
Well, I believe she was hiding her age and probably her horns and wings, considering how old her son is.
Oh, this is certainly a unique circumstance right here.
I think we can dress her up now.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we cover her back up.
To give you an idea what she potentially looks like, have a new icon. Not quite like
Oh,
that,
no.
but give you an idea.
Zebralicorn.
Man. The OC generator is out of control.
I know. They're going crazy.
All right. Well, sorry to interrupt your meal. But, sorry, you go ahead.
Shisha, that's her name.
Yes, Shisha.
By the way, can we curse her to not be able to cast spells?
If she is an archcaster, I can.
Well, she has a horn now, so I believe there is a way to stop unicorn's horns from casting. Steel, do we happen to have any of those items?
I did not plan to carry one with me, but they tend to be expensive as well.
Yes, but since we're in the ruined city, there might be ones laying around.
I not aware of it, as anyone who was not trusted was banished from here, rather than keeping them prisoner.
I see.
Unfortunately, folks, this is my deadline, so I need to get going.
All right. Have a good.
Goodbye.
No,
This is probably a good spot to stop.
yes.
All right, good session, y'all, and good
Mhm.
RP. Take care. See, catch you next time.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bump milk while he's not looking.
Yeah.
Do-
Everyone
do
boot
you-
milk.
do you do the super boop?
All right.
Yeah.
I will bring the stream to an end.
All right.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah. Good session, everyone.
Bye. I guess we can still decide what